Hello, it's Dr. Cindy here, and I am so happy to be here today and let you know that we are working on chapter 15 on the 30-day sobriety solution. That's right. And right now we're on phase 3, creating an unshakable belief in yourself and your dreams. So sit back, relax, and listen up. Make sure you have your journals handy. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this fantastic today. Just remember this: whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Always work with it, not against it. Make it your friend and ally, not your enemy. This will miraculously transform your whole life. And this is by Eckhart Tolle, the author of The Power of Now. And it's very, very special what he's saying. I remember 50 years ago the book Be Here Now. And I thought to myself when I read the cover, well, where am I? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, be here now. But the truth is, be fully present in the moment. That's what it means, that the past is over. It's like dead flowers on the road, and the future is not here yet. All we have is the now. And how many times I've checked out in my life? Try for 15 years after my divorce. I didn't want to deal with things. I didn't want to deal with the future. So I stayed and I took care of my son who got a great addiction problem. And then I took care of my boyfriend who had a stroke. Then I looked after my daughter who became a full-on MAGA woman and helped her to look after the children. And I lost myself in them. I lost myself, people, to where's my career? Where's my drive? Where's everything I'm supposed to do, my purpose? So I am pulling myself out of a rut myself. And as I'm doing it, I'm talking to you because as I help me, I help you. So these sessions are great. They're great for the therapist because the hypnotherapist gets hypnotized every time she does a trance session, every time she does a meditation or a motivational speech. It's for me too. And if I can pull myself out of all of this at the age of 70, you can take care of your addiction, your bad habits, your procrastination. You know, so much of this stuff I'm hearing online and watching, it's now the new thing to do your wellness and to create and manifest. And I get all kinds of people, I see them online, and some of them have never even taken a course in the human mind, and they just get up there and they say whatever they listen to on the web or they talk about to people, and it's like, yeah, you can manifest, baby, you can have this. And a lot of that is a bunch of doo-doo caca, because to manifest is simple. It doesn't take all of these techniques. It doesn't take a week at Joe Dispenza's seminar. And I love you, Joe, and I think your seminar is great, but it doesn't take a week and $1,000 to learn how to manifest. It takes you being present in the moment. And right now, let's get present because we're going to manifest that sobriety, that life that you want to thrive in. I don't want to just get by. I don't know about you. I want to live my dreams. That's right. And my motto is create the life you really want. So that's what I'm doing right here with you today. Now, this is phase 3 on your 30-day to sobriety. And we have just finished chapter 14. And for creating this phase 3, it says, welcome to phase 3. This phase is often completed during the 3rd week of the 30-day sobriety solution, unless you've chosen the 60 or the 90-day option. Blah, blah, whatever it takes. We know that you've been working hard when we hear the feedback like, do you realize how many ongoing action steps you have given us? Yes, we do. We put a huge amount of attention and effort into designing this program, and we have been receiving and integrating feedback from people like you for years. That's right, because the one thing about manifesting, you can ask the universe for something, but you have to take the active steps in believing and accomplishing your goals. The universe just can't make you rich or make you beautiful or fix your relationships with your family. You ask, okay? And then the miracles and the openings and the synchronicities and whatever the key word is for the day, is you ask and then it's given. But it's usually what I was reading today, and it made sense to me. It's instant manifestation. And this is from Gardad Neville Goddard, I'm sorry. And he is a therapist from the 30s, and now he's coming up a lot on YouTube because we're all saying the same thing, folks. We are all saying the same things. The ongoing top 11 actions in order of importance. And this guy says, I found getting sober surprisingly easy with the 30-day sobriety solution, even after never going more than 2 days without drinking for 15 years. As long as I did the solutions, it wasn't difficult. This is a 30-day graduate from London, England. Now, the 11 action steps, what I was telling you. You can ask the universe to support you. You can clean out your limiting beliefs. That's another thing that stops you from manifesting sobriety. If you don't clear out your limited beliefs about yourself, this is why you have to do all the steps. This is why this program works. You do the steps before you get to this point. If you're just starting off here, great, but then go back and do your steps. The journaling. I can't tell you how important it is to journal. Write things down. Okay, this is your number 1 from day 1. And then number 2 is review your 30-day vision statement. Get out your journal, which now includes some of your core values from day 2. And you updated them in day 10. Okay? Then review your 3 goals supporting your 30-day vision statement, which were updated with some of your core values on day 6. Just go back in your journals, okay, and look at these things for a moment. Number 4, continue to work with your list of people you need to forgive or let go of with the total truth process. Although this doesn't have to be a daily exercise, it's critical for you to get the whole list eventually. For some people, this process turns out to be their highest priority for day 4. I have some forgiveness work I need to do myself personally, and I thought about it even before I went to lecture here today, that I need to get some forgiveness going. And I know the person I need to do it with in my family, and it needs to be done today. So I will do my work too to clear my path for my incredible goals. Now, so you continue to work for the people through the list of people you need to forgive or let go of with the total truth process. It doesn't have to be done daily, but it's critical that you get through the entire list eventually. For some people, this process turns out to be their highest priority. And this is a big step in AA. They're always saying you've done a lot of crappy things to people and you need to ask forgiveness. Then, we got a powerful technique 2 days ago. You're tapping to clear your cravings, your negative feelings, and limiting beliefs. You can use tapping to address many different challenges. This is from day 13. This tapping is a tool in your toolbox. And this can work for you for the rest of your life. That's right, to tap. Even though I feel this, I am unconditionally loved. Even though I just blew it, I am unconditionally loved. I am unconditionally forgiven. And you go through these steps and you say whatever phrases are best for you. But look up your notes on this. Very important. Look this up on the web. And use the forgiveness affirmation of the I love myself mantra, okay? That's right, I love myself. Using the forgiveness affirmation, I love myself. Review your new beliefs on day 11, okay? Continue using the tiny habit anchoring in your 30-day vision statement to an existing behavior. This step could easily be combined with step 2. Number 9, stop using the word I can't. Number 10, have a short nightly ritual before you go to bed where you focus on your vision, your goals, your dreams and desires. This accomplishes several steps listed above at once. So before you go to sleep at night, so your subconscious can dream this, okay, you want to focus on your vision, your goals, your dreams, and your desires. That's right, before you go to sleep, so you can wake up being a new you. Review the new you from day 2. Whoa, I'm tired just reading this. And how do I expect you guys to do this stuff? The more of these action steps you do consistently, the more you set yourself up for the breakthrough success. Rest assured, we practice what we preach. Both of us read our vision statements, repeat our affirmations, and visualize our goals daily. We regularly use the tiny habit technique and the total truth process, and we have almost completely removed the word can't from our vocabularies. We use the word I love myself mantra. Dave's journals every day, and Jack uses the tapping technique. Jack is Jack Canfield, the guy of Chicken Soup for the Soul, okay? He taps every day. He's the author of this book, and Dave was the co-author, okay? He journals every day. So make sure these are your tools, people. These are your tools for getting clean and staying clean. Now, to make it easier for you to follow through, we recommend that you combine some of the action steps. For example, start a tiny habit to review your 30-day vision statement, goals, new beliefs, and new you notes, and the forgiveness affirmation. With this new habit alone, you will accomplish 6 of these top 11 actions every single day. Okay? Enough said. Now you're going to love phase 3. Many consider this set of solutions the most fun, effective, and easy. Oh, did you hear fun? Did you hear the word effective? Don't you love right actions that really yield results? And easy to implement. Oh my gosh, I love it. But before we get started, we're going to talk about the metaphor of avoiding the monkey trap. A monkey trap is a glass jar that contains a piece of fruit under a lid with a hole in it. The hole is just large enough for the monkey to put his paw into it. When the monkey grabs the fruit, his fist is too big to pull it out. The only way to get it out is by dropping the fruit. But instead of giving up the fruit, he keeps holding on to it because he wants it. Now that he has the food in his possession, he treats it like it's actually a part of him. He would rather suffer the consequences of being stuck than let go of it and look for food elsewhere. In many ways, your behavior might be like that of the monkey. You have grabbed on the habit of drinking, and you believe, or using drugs, and you believe and act like you just can't let go. You may get caught up in justifying, rationalizing it, not realizing that all you have to do is just let go. One of the reasons that most people don't let go is explained by what psychologists refer to as learned helplessness, which describes how we take on an attitude that we are helpless to change. So even if you are presented with a solution to a major problem, you have become so helpless that you will never recognize the solution or take action to change it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I was going to say that again. That is how major that is. So even if you're presented with a solution to a major problem, you have become so helpless that you will never recognize the solution or the action to change. That's right. I became helpless when I disassociated for years and got involved with my kids' life. I put myself aside. I thought, no, they're too important. And now my kids aren't around as much, and I have my boyfriend who's totally disabled, 100%. I have to do every little thing for him in between my life. And I'm still wanting my private practice, wanting a different place to live, wanting to move on, wanting to do resorts, groups at resorts. So you are not helpless, and hopefully by today you have fully accepted this fact. You have complete control of your life, and what you choose to hold on to and what you choose to let go of are totally up to you. Remember this, choices. When you're hanging on to that habit, because you're like, just picture the monkey with his hand in the jar. You're hanging on to the booze or the alcohol or the drugs of choice, cigarettes. Could be womanizing, whatever. They're all the same to me. It doesn't matter. The solutions in the next phase of the program will help you exercise that choice in regard to your using. So day 15 is the 4-minute mile solution, using the power of creative visualization. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of the life's coming attractions. And that's by Albert Einstein. He lived 1879 to 1955, and he was a physicist. He says everything, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Your imagination. We don't use it enough. Yes, we use it to imagine negative things, like I'll never stop using the world's a bad place, I'm too weak, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't know how to do it, I'm a loser, blah, blah, and so on and so forth. Now, visualization has been around, but it really didn't become popular until the 80s. Now, even though it isn't taught in school, most athletes use it, professionals, Olympic stars, as well as leading entrepreneurs, and business leaders use visualization. When you visualize doing something, your brain functions as if you're actually performing the task. See, your mind doesn't really know the difference between imagination and reality. In other words, the brain doesn't distinguish between actually doing something and visualizing it. Performance experts and sports psychologists agree that this technique can greatly speed up the process of reaching your goals. And it's easy. Just close your eyes and imagine vivid details, pictures in your mind. Visualizations, like so many other solutions in the 30-day solution, has rarely been used in the recovery process. In the 4-minute mile solution, you will learn not only how to use visualization to make thriving and sobriety a reality, but you'll also accelerate the achievement of all your other goals in life. When you picture yourself doing it before you do it, anything, picture yourself relaxing and speaking to somebody that you're shy with. Imagine yourself doing it in your mind before you do it. The 4-minute mile barrier. Experimental and clinical psychologists have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the human nervous system cannot tell the difference between actual experience and an actual imagined vividly and in detail experience. Think about the dream you've had. This is by Maxwell Maltz. Think about that dream you had. You woke up and you were frozen in fear, or you were ecstatic with happiness from that dream. And that was all in your mind. That was imagined. Now, on May 5th, 1954, Roger Bannister did what most people believed was physically impossible. He became the first person to run 1 mile in under 4 minutes. How did Bannister do it? First, he did believe he could do it. He did not listen to the doubters. And second, he visualized the race in incredible detail over and over. He pictured everything, where he would accelerate and vary his pace, how he'd round the curves, and what his time would be at every point in the race. He did this so many times that when he entered the race, he was crystal clear on what he had to do and how he would do it. And he believed without a doubt that he would break the 4-minute mile. That is an excellent example of visualization. His time that day was 39.59 minutes. That accomplishment alone is amazing. But others soon followed in his footsteps. Within a few weeks, John Landy had accomplished the same impossible feat. Within 3 years, 16 runners had it. How was it possible to go from one running a 4-mile minute to 16 people doing it within 3 years? It wasn't new shoes. It wasn't a new track or a new running style. It was simply Bannister broke a limiting belief. Most limitations are mental. They're not physical. And once Bannister disproved this belief, other athletes thought, if he can do it, I can do it too. You can use the same technique that Roger Bannister used to break the 4-minute mile to accelerate the manifestation of your goals, including quitting drinking or using drugs for good and make thriving and sobriety a reality in your life. In fact, later on, we will show you that you can use visualization in every solution we are presented to accelerate its life-changing impact. So this is where you get to daydream. It doesn't cost any money. Daydream. It's not a waste of time. This is what I teach when I do my hypnosis work. It's all about relaxing. Today we will teach you the science behind the powerful technique and how to utilize it more effectively. See what you want and get what you see. I would visualize things coming to me. This is Jim Carrey. It would make me just feel better. Visualizations work if you work hard. That's the thing. You can't visualize and go and eat a sandwich. When you envision a goal as already accomplished, the image, sobriety, and your current reality, abusing drugs or alcohol, don't match. This creates a conflict or structural tension in your mind. And in order to resolve the tension, your mind either has to give up the vision of your accomplished goal or come up with a solution, ideas, and behaviors to make your vision a reality. When you consistently visualize your goal as already accomplished, this image intensifies the structural tension, and three things begin to happen when you're visualizing. Your brain's reticular activating system, the RAS, is programmed to bring your awareness anything that will help you attain your goal. Okay? It's the reticular activating system, RAS. It's programmed in your brain, okay, to bring you awareness of anything that will help you reach your goal. Now, your subconscious mind's creative aspect is activated and starts developing solutions for accomplishing this goal. You'll find yourself frequently coming up with new ideas upon waking up in the morning, while taking a shower, and waiting in line at a store, even when you're watching TV or a movie. That's because you're sending your subconscious mind into the creative aspect, and it's activated and starting to develop solutions. That's right. And you remember, the subconscious is the driver of your behavior. You want this not drinking to become automatic pretty soon. It's a new habit, right? Your motivation increases. You'll suddenly and unexpectedly find yourself doing things and taking actions to move towards your goal because you want to, and not because you feel like you have to. Now, you might remember that we covered some of this on day 11 in the lie detector solution. To determine what you will be aware of, the brain's RAS filters has 11 million bits of information per second. This RAS system filters about 11 million bits of information per second. Oh my gosh, I want to faint. Another study even found that the RAS can filter nearly 400 billion bits of information per second that enter your brain. How? Your RAS will let in anything that will help you achieve your goals that you constantly affirm and envision. Here it is right here. Here's the catch. Your RAS will let anything in that will help you achieve the goals that you consistently affirm and envision. So this is where the affirmations come in and the visualizations. It will also let in anything that matches and reinforce the beliefs and images that you have about yourself, other people, and the world. That's right. This is why you have to clean up all of your limited thoughts. Just think about when you started a new project, whether personal or professional, and how soon after you started to notice things that had always been there, but you had previously filtered out. For example, if you decide to buy a new car, you will start noticing all kinds of different cars, ones you like and don't like. You will naturally remember to ask others who know a lot about cars for advice. However, before that, you were probably oblivious to noticing cars, right? And would never considering initiating a conversation about them because your RAS filtered it out since you were not interested in that data.